S Corp.
All right, guys.
Let's go to the whiteboard. Okay, now
Let me remove my video.
I know the bulk of your followers, Michael, are in the real estate professional status. So I want to make sure as I go through this, as I talk about the realtor broker professional, know that this is an accountant, a lawyer, a dentist, an online marketer, NIL athletes. We're watching college football on Saturdays now because we have clients that are on the field filing their S Corp. If you're an NIL athlete, you're getting a 1099 from the school or the alumni association. You got to report that, and you're going to do it through an S Corp. This is crazy. It is a whole new world in college athlete and college sports because of the NIL. So and some of you be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. So if you're making money on Etsy, eBay, and any type of small business, these same rules apply. But I'm going to talk to you, the real estate professional, today. So all of you should have your trifecta. And if you're a brand new realtor, you start out as a sole proprietor, then you turn into an LLC, and then you think you're done. Wrong. If you make 100 grand as a realtor this year in your LLC, you're going to pay self-employment tax of $15,000 off the top, and then another 20 to 30% based on the state you're in and federal tax. You could be spending 45% in taxes right off the top. It's criminal, and you can change that equation. So what you do is, if you are an LLC right now, we need you to convert to an S corporation. So when you make that 100 grand, and by the way, people, if you've been an LLC, so this is point number one in the S Corp conversation. For those of you that need to convert back into an S Corp, we're going to cover that. And then for all of you that are an S Corp, I would bet 75% of you have the wrong salary level. So we're going to cover this quickly. So if you make 100 grand in an LLC, the tax is 15 grand off the top, self-employment tax. If you do an S Corp, I would take a $40,000 salary, a $60,000 draw, and you would be paying FICA on the 40, but not the 60. You're going to save 9 grand. You just saved 9 grand by making the election to an S Corp. Mm-hmm. Now, I know it's super expensive. I apologize. I'm so sorry. We charge $250 to do it. I know it's criminal. I apologize. But to save you 9 grand, we've got to charge something. So please forgive me. So here's how the timing works. If you have been an LLC all year long and you've been taking money, great, no problem. On paper, we're going to elect that you are taxed like an S Corp for the whole year. You are no longer going to report on a Schedule C. You're going to do an 1120S tax return. And because of making this election, you have to do a W-2. That W-2 has to be processed in the next 4 weeks. You've got to get your payroll service involved, your accountant involved, get your head involved and say, how much payroll should I take? And not let some scared stick in the mud accountant tell you it needs to be more than it should. And you're going to nail that W-2. And the more you allow to come out as profit, the more you save. And I have never had a client audited in 25 years for taking too little. I have a matrix I'll show you in a moment. So this is number one. All of you watching right now, if you're an LLC and you've made more than 50 grand net, so think you brought in about 70, you spent 20 grand on all sorts of crap. If you're around 50 grand in profit, you're a perfect candidate, because we're going to split your payroll maybe 50-50, 35-65. We'll find that percentage. But that's step number one. Make your retroactive S election. Is Form 2553-8821. You will meet with an accountant to do it. It could be very affordable. Our tax lawyers will do it when they do your overall plan. And as part of that, it's super easy. The second piece is, what is the W-2 amount? So we've created a matrix to give us kind of a safe harbor approach. The more money you make, actually, the lower your payroll percentage is. So if your payroll percentage could be 100%, we don't want that, but we've got to take something. So we never want to let it fall below 20%. So as you make more money, your payroll will go down, because what you're doing is you're making more money from your name, your goodwill, your brand. But when you're just getting started, if you're making 50 grand, we might be at a 50% allocation. So you would take 25 grand in W-2 and 25 grand in profit. you still save over $3,000. So that's workable. You're going to spend a couple grand doing a tax return for an S Corp and payroll. Now, if you start making about 150, which is your average middle income Main Street business owner, realtor, broker, small business owner in America, you're going to take about 50 grand in payroll and 100 grand in pass-through profit. You're going to save because it phases out at 184 grand. You're going to, you're going to save, 15 grand. We'll save 15 grand on that. So super powerful. So we want the more money you make, the more you save. So for any of you, step number 2, and then we'll take any questions that have come up on this. If you are an S Corp right now, you want to guess how much money have I made this year? You don't have to be exact. And you're going to call your tax advisor. If you don't have one, we can give you a network. And you're going to say, hey, I think I've made about 80 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand. I need to do my payroll report come January 1st. I need to start that process now. How much should I take? Mark Kohler's matrix, I think I'd be about here. Can you help guide me through this based on my situation? And then you dial it in. This is a chapter in my book, The Tax and Legal Playbook. I've got podcasts, videos, articles on this. This is not high risk. I'm actually reducing your chance of an audit. So that, my friends, is tip number 1.
So one of the questions that we have here, Mark, and I want to be quick about this one, but they're asking, do we file as an S Corp? Is it an S Corp filing an S Corp filing an LLC filing as a subchapter S, or is it a straight S Corp?
The filing as a subchapter S or a straight S Corp is the same thing. So anybody asking that, you're going to file an 1120 S, as in small, corporation from now on.
Perfect. Good stuff.
You'll still have the LLC name. I'll still be Mark Kohler LLC or whatever, but behind the scenes, tell everybody you're an S Corp.
Okay, so essentially then, regardless, like if I've set up my LLC years ago, I can still do this S Corp election at this point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, what's the next one?
Well,
Club Wealth is the only coaching company on the planet that will literally guarantee that you will double your income or make at least an extra $100,000 your first year coaching with us, or we will give you 100% of your investment back. Click the link below, sign up for the appropriate tier level, and let's get you a strategy session today. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee you, promise you that you will walk away with a heart full of gratitude for the time that we took for you, because you got so much value out of that call. Schedule your strategy session today. I promise you'll be glad you did.